What's up, Geeks? New series to tell you about. We are getting ready for the July 7th release of Homecoming Spider-Man. So, what we're going to do? We're going to review every Spider-Man movie leading up to Homecoming, starting with the 2002, in my opinion, one of the best superhero movies of all time, Spider-Man 2002, starring Tobey Maguire, the great James Franco, Kirsten Dunst, William Dafoe, and the best casting in superhero movie to date, in my opinion, J.K. Simmons, and a bunch of other people I probably missed. So, when this movie first came out, I was super excited in 2012. I was like, ooh, yay, 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 Spider-Man! Why? Because I grew up a huge Spider-Man fan. It was Batman, and it was Spider-Man, and it was the X-Men. And that's how it still is. My top three superheroes are Batman, Spider-Man, and of course, the X-Men. Favorite, obviously, Wolverine. Duh. So, as a kid, I love this movie. I watch this movie at least once, twice a year. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Does it crack the top 10? I don't know, but it's definitely my top three superhero movies of all time. Now, like I said, when this first came out, I was so excited because I grew up on the TV series. The cartoon TV series was so good. And to be honest, this kind of relates to it a little bit. People were like, oh, we should get a Spider-Man movie. Because up to then, it was the shit that was Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. And then you got the X-Men movies, which were pretty good. And then this comes, and it's like, whoa. You mean superhero movies can finally be blockbuster movies? And before I get into my review, this movie, Spider-Man 1, is what blockbusters should be. Of course, yes, there's an origin story, but it's what blockbusters should be. It's a fun movie. You can bring your parents to it. You can bring your kids to it. It's a fun movie. It's not that violent. There's no language in it. It is a little bit scarier than most horror films nowadays, but that's a whole nother story. But this is what blockbusters should be. Spider-Man 1 is what blockbusters should be. Now we just get big explosions and these stupid Michael Bay movies. And that's what we get. That's all we get. It's those stupid Michael Bay movies, and it's really annoying. Because they're not fun. The first Transformers movie, it's pretty good. I'll give it to that. I'll give it like a 6. It's okay. But they're all about explosions and no stories and just action. Which gets people in the seats. This one, it's a little different. There's character development. There's a great origin story that's not rushed at all. And it's not boring. It's not boring. A lot of people would say Batman Begins is slow, but I love Batman Begins because it's the origin story we never saw. It's something we never saw of Batman. We never saw when he was training with Ra's. We never saw that, ever. It was just like, oh, parents died, now I'm Batman. So that's why I love Batman Begins. But with this one, with Spider-Man, the origin story is so well done. It's not rushed. It's, we've seen it, we've seen it 20,000 times. But with this one, I can watch it and be okay with it. I can be okay with his origin story in this one. Why? Because it's so well done. And you kind of feel for Peter Parker. I mean, I was a geek in high school. I still am a geek. Why? Because it's cool. It's cool to be a geek. It's cool to be a geek. Now, I have a lot of friends in high school. Yeah, it was kind of a small school for New Jersey, but it was still that big class. I had a very close-knit of friends. And then other people I kind of knew. But Spider-Man's so relatable because he is the geek. He's trying to get this girl that he knows he can't get. And I know we've all been there. We've all been there. We're this geek, and then we can't get that. We can't get Mary Jane. Are you kidding me? And that's why we kind of feel for him, because it's like, oh, he's the geek. He's the guy that nobody cares about, really. Oh, he takes photography. Oh, that's stupid. That's dumb. And you got Flash Thompson, who's a douche, but he's cool because he plays basketball. Or I assume he plays basketball. So it's great introduction to Peter Parker when he's running towards the bus and he's like, "Stop the bus! Stop the bus!" So now let's get into the movie. Like I said, the origin story is amazing. I could watch this origin story any day, especially from this movie. Spider-Man does a really good job of that. And what it does so well, what a lot of movies don't do, is character moments. There's so many moments in this movie from start to finish that sets up their characters for the next two movies. It really does. It really does. And it's not like exposition to exposition. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. No. It's not. It's these little tiny moments that get you going, I care about him. Or I care about that, you know? Like when Harry introduces Peter Parker to Norman. Norman is so taken by Peter that Harry kind of gets jealous. And that kind of goes into it's a whole movie. The whole movie, Harry is jealous of Peter. The whole movie. And you probably say, well, that's kind of stupid. But no, it really pays off at the end. And it pays off when we get to the second movie, which I'll review probably in the next few days. And that's the best thing about this movie. You care about the characters. And now the other thing is the action. Wow. The action in this movie is so well done. There's a little CGI, but not much. Sam Raimi is so good with close-up camera angles. Now, as a kid, you're like, oh my god, this is so much fun. But now, as an adult, trying to analyze the film, Sam Raimi does a great job of these close-up action shots. And you're looking like, wow, that looks real. That looks like it's happening. He does that so well, especially with the Evil Dead movies. There's a lot of close-ups of Bruce Campbell. There's a lot of close-ups of the monster. He does that so well in this movie. He does it so well that it looks so real. The ending fight when Green Goblin has the upper hand against Spider-Man, it looks so real. Like you can see it is so real that this is not CGI blood. This is real. Whatever it is, ketchup, whatever they use. This is real. It feels real. It feels like an actual fight. Like you're sitting there like, this is a tough fight. Even when Spider-Man gets the upper hand against Green Goblin, you're like, wow, this is gritty. This is tough. And people will say, oh, it's too violent. No, I think you need it. I think you need those close-ups to be like, yes, this is real. This is not CGI. This is Tobey Maguire. This is Willem Dafoe. And they're fighting each other for real. And it's great. It's amazing. The action. Every action scene is so well done. And I wish that more directors would look at Sam Raimi and what he did these first two Spider-Man movies and say, wow, that's a really good way to shoot action. It's close-up shots. And Civil War did it really well too. Close-up shots of the characters going at it. And it looks real. It looks real. I mean, looks very, very, very real. And it's awesome. The action scenes are so awesome. And because of the character development, you care about Peter Parker. You care about Norman. You care about Harry when he gets hit in the head with a rock. You care about it. But there's one action scene that was like, really? Was when Green Goblin throws a bomb and those people telling the skeletons like, and just let it explode. I was like, wait a minute. They're just going to vaporize? All right. I guess I'm okay. It was just random. Even as a kid, I'm like, that's random. But it's like for a second. It's like, I'm just nitpicking. It's like for a second. It's like, they're red. Oh, back to the scene. Oh, that was weird. That was weird. So that was a weird scene. That's just a little gripe. I don't have many gripes with this movie. I don't have many gripes with this movie at all. Another thing I liked about it is that it's kind of scary. The split personality Norman Osborn has is kind of scary. It's actually kind of scary. There's a couple of jump scares that even now I'm like, oh, yeah, got me. And I'm like, oh, that's so stupid. It's like, oh, that's clever. It's a clever character. It's a hard character to play. And I'm glad Willem Dafoe played it so well. But the one gripe I have about that character is like, he's so quick to change. It's so quick to change. I wish they would have ran it a little bit longer, maybe 2 hours and 20 minutes, and have a little bit more of Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn is one of my favorite comic book characters, but we never get enough of him. We always get him in the costumes. We always get him going crazy. We never get him just Norman. Who is this guy? We see it a little bit in the beginning. He's a scientist, and then he just like, I'm gonna be Green Goblin. Put me in the thing, and let's go. And it's like, I want to see more of him. He's such a good character. Just a good, even in Amazing Spider-Man 2, which I'll get to. His character is just so drawn. There's no character with Norman, and it's really annoying. I wish I would have saw him a lot more regular Norman, not crazy split personality Norman. And there's one scene where he's Oscorp, and they're gonna sell the company. And I want to do this every time I just go to work. He just stands up and he goes, "Do you know how much I sacrificed?" I'm just like, I have to do that at work. Every time I get yelled at, I should just stand up and go, "Do you know how much I sacrificed?" It's like, yes. That's what every little person wants to do at CEO. Do you know how much I sacrificed? It's a great scene. It just, that got me laughing. Like, I should do that at work every day. I get yelled at. So, another nitpick is just stupid. It's really stupid. The diner scene when Mary Jane's running out of the diner, and she talks to Peter. They're in the middle of the street. Why are they talking in the middle of the street? It's New York City, and it's obviously a two-way street because the camera shows parked cars coming this way and cars going that way. But they're just talking in the middle of the street. You know, it's just a little nitpick I saw. I'm like, they're talking in the middle of the street. Now, it took me 10 years to see it, but this time I was like analyzing the film. I'm just like, why are they talking in the middle of the street? I don't get it. That's the only nitpick I've had. And of course, some of it looks like a video game, but it's 2012, so it's like, okay. The thing is that it holds up. It holds up pretty well CGI-wise. It's like, well, that looks like a video game. But it's 2002. But it still kind of holds up. It holds up. And the other thing I love about this movie, there's two other things. It's not just a superhero movie. It's a guy gets the girl kind of movie. It's kind of a romance movie, but not. It's a little cheesy, but it's not over the top. That's what I liked. It wasn't over the top cheesy. And the other thing I liked, the casting in this movie, not just J.K. Simmons, the casting. To me, Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man. Now, I only saw a snippet of Civil War with Tom Holland, and he was fantastic. But to me, Tobey Maguire is a great Spider-Man. They casted that well. They casted Harry as James Franco. My favorite actor, James Franco, as Harry. They casted him well. They casted Mary Jane really well, too. Kirsten Dunst. They casted Aunt May and Uncle Ben super well. Super well. And they didn't overuse with great power comes great responsibility. They didn't even overuse it. It was a great speech when he said it. William Dafoe as a split personality Green Goblin was amazing. I know. You're gonna say, you're gonna ask, what about the suit? I don't like the suit. Like I said, I don't like the suit. I mean, in the cartoon, in the comic, he was a guy in like a goblin suit. But he wanted to do more stunts. It would have been easier. So I see why they did that. Of course, I don't like the suit. It looks like they said in the internet, Power Ranger. But it's it's a small gripe. It's just a stupid gripe. But the best casting in this movie, J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons nailed his part. He nailed it. And I'm forgetting the guy's name. I can't believe I'm forgetting the guy's name of the Daily Bugle. He nailed it. He nailed it. I mean, that was like that's the best casting superhero movie of all time. Right there as Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons destroyed it. I mean, he had the look, he had the voice. I mean, he was just perfect. I'll send you some meat. Give some Christmas meat. That's all I can do. Goodbye. Get out of here. It was great. It was just great. Oh, your wife's on line 1. Click. It's almost perfect. It's just best casting of all time. J.K. Simmons as Jonah Jameson. I hope he comes back for the Homecoming, or if they even show Homecoming. James Jonah. We'll see what happens. I know he's playing James Gordon now, so we'll see what happens. Whoopsies. So, all in all, this movie is an 8.5 out of 10 for me. It's amazing. I watch this almost every year, at least once or twice a year. It's great. It's not just it's what a blockbuster should be. And yeah, it's a superhero movie. Origin story's nailed. They nailed the castings. A couple small stupid nitpicks, but it is amazing. So look for Spider-Man 2 review coming soon, and Spider-Man 3, and then the Amazing Spider-Man, and then Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yep. After Spider-Man 2, it gets pretty stupid. Yeah. And I have to do with Gwen Stacy. Great. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not going to do Civil War because it's just like he has a small part in Civil War. It doesn't have a big part. It's not his movie. It's a Captain America movie, so I'm not going to review Civil War. But coming up will be Homecoming. July 7th is the release, so we're leading up doing all the Spider-Man reviews. So look for Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man, and Amazing Spider-Man 2. Also look for more classic movie reviews coming up soon. We have 2 already. We have The Magnificent 7, and we have 12 Angry Men, so look for that. So look for more in the future. And if you like what you heard, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.